market updates. This video is regarding Hindenburg research report on Adani Group, which had created a great impact on Indian stock market. First, we have to understand what Hindenburg Research LLC do. It is a New York-based investment research company which publish public report of companies alleging fraud and short sell shares before publishing reports to gain from downward movement of share price. It published report on 24th January 2023 alleging that valuations of 7 census companies of Adani Group are having sky-high valuations and their fundamentals are weak, which may result in 85% downward movement in stock prices. Another allegation which report has made is that debt raised by Group is excessive and 5 out of 7 listed companies of Group have current ratio of less than 1, which means lack of liquidity, but that may be due to businesses of Group are capital intensive and initial investment are high, so more assets are non-current. Next allegation is that it is family owned business, as 8 out of 22 key officials of Adani Group are from Adani family. Next allegation is of money laundering, which means it created offshore shell entities in tax haven countries of $17 billion by Adani family members. Next allegation is that Samir Voravinat Adani and Rajesh Adani, who are relatives of Gautam Adani, are accused of malpractices. Next allegation is that 4 out of 7 listed companies of Adani Group are having promoter holding of near to 75% shares, which may lead to its delisting because law provides that minimum 25% of shares should be outside promoter group to remain listed, and funds are used in such a way to acquire beneficial ownership which increase total promoter group shareholding in excess of 75%. 5 CFOs are changed in last 8 years, which may show that accounting have some issues. Market capitalization of group is 17,800 billion rupees. Chart shows that share price of companies is around 85% up from industry average. Current ratio of all companies are less than their respective industries' average current ratio, and current ratio of Adani Green, Adani Power, Adani Transmission, Adani Total Gas and Adani Enterprises is less than even 1, which means it is unable to pay off current liabilities with its current assets, while Adani Wilmar and Adani Ports have current ratio more than 1. Some of promoters' shares are pledged, but Vedanta Limited has its 100% promoters' shares pledged and yet performing well. Next allegation is inefficient leadership due to family intervention in business. Next allegation is that in FY 2022 there were 6,025 disclosed related party transactions between group companies and its 578 subsidiaries. MC have invested a huge amount in Adani Group, and if they cut half investment then it will amount around 1.5 to 2 lakh crore, which may reduce share prices of group companies drastically. The group has clarified that its investors are having trust on group and will make FPO successful, and it was proved, as Adani Enterprises FPO was subscribed 1.12 times, as KIB have invested most, but retail investors are still not satisfied and applied for only 12% shares which were offered to them. Thus 88 questions were asked from Adani Group, and Group replied in 413 pages of 66 questions about allegations to prove that there is nothing in Group which can hamper investors' faith. In this line, Hindenburg Research LLC has replied that 62 out of 88 questions asked were not replied properly and was obfuscated by nationalism. Major domestic investor was LIC, which clarified that share exposure in Adani Group is around 0.975% of its assets under management, which were purchased for 30,127 crore, and current valuations on 27 January is 56,142 crore, which means it is still in profit, and rating of securities is at a SBI is biggest Indian lender for group, and it clarified that it has exposure of less than prescribed norms of RBI, which is maximum 25% of capital base can be given as loan to a borrower group. Groups total debt amount to 0.5% of total banking loan of India, in which 0.7% of sub banks and 0.3% of private banks. Thus it may not totally devastate Indian economy, but if proved correct then may hamper for short term. In graphs we see the impact on share prices of SBI LIC Adani Group companies, ACT, Emuho Cement and NDTV from publishing of report till date, which shows that shares are heavily corrected and some are rebound. For more updates on this, subscribe the channel. Like and share the video to reduce panic among investors, and comment on things which should be discussed in details and on what topic next video should be made.